Play mid-80s, 85, 86 at Duke. Athletic.
Mahovsky has it taken away. Ooh. Ivy Curry to the basket. Inside. Williams. Brick. Lukosius brings it the other way. Here's Day-Day. Hesitation. Aggressive. Skillings on the bounce. Reverse layup. Beautiful. Drives hard on the baseline. Mahovsky tried to scoop it. Lukosius tracks it down to the front court. Here's a line. Skillings.
He said, you know what? When I get on the floor, I'm just Jizzle. He admits that it's an alter ego. When he's out there to perform, and he keeps getting Jizzle with it. Good penetration there.
Yeah. Where he is on the floor, that was awesome, man. Oh, can't finish it off. But look at that. Cincinnati giving those extra efforts.
Here's Thomas on the other end. And Dango got in the way. Benson fighting for it. He's just outmanned down there with 55 on him. Here's a beautiful pass by Lukosius.
Plenty of time.
There was a lot of optimism, I think, about this opportunity, particularly after the way they played in the Big East tournament. And it was, yeah, there are no moral victories, but they did play great in defeat. How about that move? Of course, was in Arizona with Lute Olson and Wes coming over from North Carolina. Great baseline blast. Needed a few more of those earlier. 79-59. You know, as much fun as that interview Nick had with Byrne to start the second half, things didn't go well for DePaul after that. It was a nice drive to the basket.
33% over the last 8 games from behind the arc. That's got to feel good.
Skillings answers with into the passing lane, steals it. Jones will try. Mitchell up ahead. Skillings on the move and one.
Just on the offensive end. Good matchup. Jizzle taking a blow right now.
Skillings out of basket.
Great job. These guys, when they start out at places like Incarnate Word, this is going to be a dunk by Skillings.
You mentioned the word roller coaster.
Yeah. Nice cut.
Skillings reverses and one. With 9 points, they only have a double-figure score. Keller blocked away by Bandego. The long arms caught up to him. Mitchell out. Nice. Skillings.
Nice.
Lead at 20 at 1 point for Cincinnati. He's at 15. Quickly brought across to Skillings. Here's Mitchell, who has a career-high 14 rebounds, a career-high 5 assists.
Cowboys trying to trap everything now. Nice cut. Nice
pass. Saw Skillings come
today. Shot fake.
Avery then lost the ball in the paint. Numbers here. Lob. Skillings! Newman loses the handle. Here they come again with numbers. Skillings again!
In league play going into today, they've gone to the line. Cincinnati has less than any team in the Big 12.
Skillings Jr. up under. How did he get that to go against Page? Trying to get to his spot. Sky hook. Rebound Cincy.
Nice job by Page to continue to move his feet.
Euro step Skillings. That is flawless. Usman has scored all 6 of Oklahoma State's points to start this second half. A miss, and Bandego claims it. 12-point lead for the home team. Oklahoma State is 11-3 at home this year. They have a top 10 win on this floor against Iowa State, and their only 3 losses are to teams all ranked in the top 10 of the net rankings. A 3, Cincy, it's down for Daniel. James, it's a foot race. End-to-end, contested. Mitchell, scramble, underneath, and the lane is through for Skillings.
They're like, what was that?
3-point lead for the Pokes, and it's back down to 9. Usman against Bandego. Great footwork. Bandego with a better block. And a lead pass. This could be showtime. A dunk from Skillings. The home crowd going crazy. Skillings with the hammer.
Turned the ball over 5 times. They go inside to Hawkins. Back to the basket against the freshman Betsy. The loose ball corralled by Cincinnati. Skillings spinning. Finishing off the glass.
Yeah, I mean, Doug McDaniel, once he got on the same page as Jerome Tang, and that, they'll tell you that inside the program, and that's just a huge error by
Kocius will inbound for the Bearcats. Skillings, great out of bounds play.
Houston doesn't get the free throw from Francis.
Emmanuel Sharp's back in the game. Got to get him going a little bit offensively for Houston.
See if Lopatius can hit one too. They're going to go 3 on the other side. That's the second time that's gone. And that's Skillings on it.
One-on-one, you have to stay in front of the basketball.
Well, the Duke transfers come off the bench the last 3 games. The loss to Colorado was his best game over that stretch as Skillings cleans it up underneath and goes right to the cup, puts it off the window. Skillings to the rim.
For his feet are set. Let your big set his feet, then go off to all my young guards out there.
I was going to say, you know, y'all better listen to King. That's what he did at a high level with those Baylor Bears. Here's Skillings with the left hand off the glass.
Area, and as soon as he feels the contact, as soon as he feels your body pressing against his, he rises up and goes over the top of you for either a floater or to create separation with the step back.
We've hit the 2-minute mark until the half. Here's James. Skillings, triple. Play. Zarian White. Stolen by Dylan Mitchell. Thomas to Skillings. Step back to the 3-point line. Now spinning and winning.
High school.
Yes, St. Vincent, St. Mary's.
Yep, and just an absolute on-ball bulldog.
Those 2 free throws give West Virginia a 12-6 lead, doubling up the Bearcats. They handled the Bearcats by 13 when these teams met at Fifth Third Arena in Cincinnati earlier in the month. Here's Dan Skillings, usually a starter, has come off the bench, and they're looking.
Joe's a career 33% shooter during all his stops.
Here's Skillings. He's got another 2. A tough 2 in a sonic blockbuster.
Iowa State has a chance to really make some noise. If they want to catch Houston, they have to go in and win. And Houston just a juggernaut.
Skillings chucks it up off the window for 3.
Oh boy, oh boy.
And a turnover. Skillings for 3 again.
Oh boy. Watch out.
That's a real good offensive move, and hard for Day Thomas to stay with Madsen at 6'6". He just shot right over the top.
$10 on the shot clock, 25 on the game clock as we wind down the first half here in Cincinnati. Skillings looking for a 3. That one rattles in. Skillings. Madsen will try again.
Well, that was a little quick. Had a hand in his face. He just got knocked down. He was a little frustrated. And here comes Skillings.
There's the confidence that the Bears. Sarr face to face with Bandego. Cincinnati continues to dominate the glass, now plus 12 rebounding margin for Cincinnati.
Good defense by Bandego. He said, dared him to shoot. He gave him that little bit of room on the perimeter, and he got the fadeaway.
Dan Skillings
That's just not a great shot right there by catchers. That's one thing that Kevin Young emphasizes and stresses when he talks about catchings. He knows how talented he is, but it's all about shot selection with him.
Inside, Skillings.
The young guys gave you a good run, but you got to get some of your older guys in there.
Skillings putback attempt, no. Little right-hand hook. Mended, so really glad to see him back. And here's Mitchell, too far from the hoop there. A rare misconnection between...
It's extremely tough playing in this league because you'll have your droughts where you drop 2 or 3 in a row. Then you'll have your times where you'll win 2 or 3 in a row. And one thing that Scott Drew continuously emphasized was one game at a time, short-term memories. Whatever happened the previous...
Open look, buries it.
One of the best three-point shooters in the Big 12. Look at the catch by Skillings.
Skillings, the catch and finish. Watson, what a take as he goes glass.
Cincinnati continues to play with a scoring pace.
Skillings, the 3, and another for the Knights, and Hall gets another one.
He's so tough, so good.
Skillings elevating, taking the home.
I think they're paying us to finish the game, though. Jizzle James in the corner, 1 for 16, airballed that one. And Dan Skillings.
Like they're frustrated.
Skillings, interception, missed the finger roll, got his own board. And
Their offense with urgency, trying to get the ball to the paint. They played a lot of perimeter-oriented offense in this game, and I think that if they can get inside out, it would help them a great deal.
Pick and roll, excellent execution.
From these first 3.5 minutes, you'd never know that these teams have been struggling offensively.
Both playing very, very well. Excellent execution, very efficient.
Skillings trying to muscle Sheriff, jumps in, and he does. And
trigger from deep, and he does.
Richie Rich shooting 52 from 3 in the last 4, averaging 21 in the last 2. This young man is playing extremely confident, Roxy.
5 each for Richie Saunders and Trevin Knell to lead BYU. As a hard take to the basket and a good finish of the night for BYU. Fousseyni Traore. Josh Reed pulls it down.
Better defense right there by Bandego. Didn't allow any angles.
Dan Skillings Jr. attacking for the Bearcats, and now he is shaken up.
When you have Saunders and you have Dimon at the top of the zone, 6'6" and 6'7", it can make it really hard for the offensive team to see.
Trying to play pinball at the rim. Arrington Page can't get the putback.
But that's the biggest thing. When you're in zone, the matchups when it comes to blocking out, they look a lot different. So you have to put an extra emphasis on being able to secure rebounds.
Inside 10 to shoot. The spin by Dan Skillings Jr.
Loves the spin move.
Open 3 for Christian Anderson.
That's the key for Texas Tech. Try to force the issue inside on those offensive rebounds. Pitch it back out.
Skillings was double. Edgerrin James as Chance McMillan gets to the bucket.
That was a quick blow by and body control at the rim as Cincinnati's defense just a touch slow, closing the door.
McMillan, 5th-year transfer from Grand Canyon's got 5 points. Floater on the baseline from Dan.
Take him out of the game.
He is out here and now. Could he come back maybe just for offense in a selective spot?
You will not see him until the second half.
Mitchell underneath. Skillings. Rolls in.
And he's back. Maybe that right knee, that was a major stinger or something.
Skillings steal. Flush it home. Mason in the lane. Miss. Bandego's got it.
Yeah, they had a little bit of a pick and pop 3.
Shovel to Skillings. Reverse.
2 sophomores, Dak and Jump. 2 young men with, I've been up here a couple times to watch them. They each do 2 or 3 things at night that take your breath away, but they just have to become more consistent. And they are young.
3rd start for Ben got Dak this year. Trevor Baskin, the other one in the starting lineup, his 6th start of the season. Skillings, tough finish at the rim.
Yep,
Yakimovsky. Another 3 from Dak this time. Still a lid on it over 3 minutes in for Colorado, but nothing happening on this end offensively either. Jizzle James. Skillings contested deep, triple goes. Came to the U.S. as a freshman in high school from Slovakia. Nice turnaround jumper, misses from Baskin. Skillings.
Wow, tough shot. Tough
Got
shot.
it.
Are supposed to. Had him, didn't see it.
Crowd on their feet for the first time tonight. 8 to shoot. Skillings hits it. That's big.
Deflected and stolen. Dan Skillings Jr. to the bucket. 8-2 Cincinnati.
Off the baseline, Dickinson, an outstanding passer.
And Skillings Jr. launching from the corner to free.
Now came up and fire up a 3-ball in transition. No rebounders underneath.
You talked about they need to get aggressive and get to the line. They have not shot a free throw. Skillings spinning, and the largest lift for 18 from 3. Simas Lukosius, and the offensive rebound. Dan Skillings Jr. on the putback for Cincinnati.
Skillings been quiet tonight on the left wing, top of the key. Thomas has been loud, off the window. No good, knocked out another offensive board for the Bearcats. Bombs away, good.
Really nice job reading the defense. Refused the screen. Good rim run by Ojan Wuna, and then Edgecombe holding on to it until the last second. Really nice read.
Skillings has to shoot that 3 over the outstretched arm of Ojan. Edgecombe out of the mid-corner. Whips it to O'Meara. Nice rotation to Edgecombe. Launches a 3 way off. James probes over half court, pulls it back out. Skillings. Wow, another 3 over the outstretched arm of Hickman. Catch release. Short. Thomas scrambles for the rebound. Nice hustle play. Opens the door for this. And Skillings buries the 3.
That's what Cincinnati, when they're at their best offensively, that's what they're creating.
Skillings likes his odds and rams it home. He beat Ojan. And you know, you keep a team from scoring for almost 2.5 minutes and you don't even put a dent in a big lead like that. Skillings staying aggressive, staying
for the Cats. Bradley with 4 on the timer, no good. Mitchell clears, and a chance for Cincinnati to tie or take the lead.
Yeah, excellent defensive possession for 30 seconds. Forced a tough shot. Mitchell with another rebound.
And that one's face-off. Love goes right at the defense, but comes up empty. Here's Skillings for 3 in the corner. They needed that. The Bearcats playing 5-on-4 for the moment. Betsy. They seem to be settling for the 3-ball.
Well, they're open. Betsy's got to shoot that.
Nice spin move by Skillings down. Miller left to ponder.
Yeah, I did not see this coming.
Skillings strong to the hole. Sean Elliott, Mike Bibby, our colleague Richard Jefferson.
Yeah, great tradition there, just like Cincinnati with the great Oscar Robertson, Paul Hogue, Jack Twyman.
Here's Mitchell working on Vason. 10 on the shot clock. Jizzle's got it.
You have to shoot this.
5 to shoot. Here comes Skillings with the right hand. James kicks it out. Thomas in the corner. Offensive rebound, and we have a tie ball game.
At that center position. .430 left in the first half. Kansas State is led throughout.
Oh my, the first.
Happened. The only reason why I know that is because I'm really good on 8-foot rims, and I've never actually dunked on a 10-foot rim.
I was thinking you were saying you were going to be good on the video games, and that's why.
That's even a worse cut down there. Yeah,
okay.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks, Chris. Really appreciate that.
Trying to get Simas Lukosius going. He had a season-low 7 points.
Good
in the
ball
win against
fake.
Grambling.
That's so tough.
Skillings again. Gassan right on cue against Bandego. Great matchup. Bandego wins that one.
He won't get credit for the block, but Bandego, obviously elite rim protector, altering shots.
Here's Dan Skillings Jr. He is feeling.
Go, my young Padawan.
Will work on it. See if Cincinnati can get their aerial attack going with their alley-oop game. Their rim runners, their skywalkers, if you will. From the corner, 3, that goes. Ties the largest lead of the game for Kansas State. Locking down defensively. Clock at 5. Has to be Skillings. He got it again. The Big 12 opener.
Just don't think it's a surprise that Hawkins is getting more looks and more confidence because Doug McDaniel is playing so well, taking pressure off of everybody else at the point guard position.
McDaniel, who only played 5 minutes in the loss in the last game against Wichita State, got the start in this game. He's been coming in off the bench most of the season. Incredible. Skillings, they dare him. Made some pay.
To be the case is when Cincinnati gets in foul trouble, or even when they get tired, they can shuffle in guys that could be starters on other programs. That's going to be a big deterrent for Grambling State.
1 of 2 at the line there for Stevenson, who averages 11 points per game. Up fake for Skillings, now trying to drive inside, and he lost it. Got it right back, and the reverse lay-in for 2.
I mean, in the Xavier game, although he had tough defense and willed his team to win in that game, as we got a steal here by Dylan Mitchell.
He's got another one. Almost threw it away. Shovel pass back to James. Skillings open 3. Not many better looks than that.
I mean, if you just take one up.
Too short on the 3 ball. In transition, alley-oop, Skillings.
Got to get back.
It over. Lukosius, that's a 3, and that one's no good. Skillings, the offensive rebound. Up top, they tried to get it over to Latong, and it's intercepted. Skillings, that maybe could have been a travel.
Very appreciative of the scheduling that the teams took on. They're playing people. That will carry weight in March.
7th rated conference in the country right now out of 32 leagues in the nation. 6-point game. Skillings, up fake, got it.
Going on in sport tomorrow?
Yeah, a couple of things.
Just a couple?
Skillings, offensive rebound. He has been a warrior tonight. But Cincy has done a nice job of really shutting that option down tonight as Latong misses on a 3. Lukosius has it. Skillings. Look at that.
At the rim.
Saw them a year ago, and his understanding and maturity of growing into a player that understands exactly where he wants to get his shot and how he's going to get there.
Skillings will launch from 3, and he will rattle it in the friendly. Lukosius gives it up inside. Skillings and Cincinnati. McKnight, the hard dribble. He loses it.
Skillings out ahead of the pack. Watch out. He misses, gets his own board, and puts it back.
There's no question Villanova has the talent. It's just been a struggle in the post-Jay Wright era. And I think it's unexpected for any team to go undefeated over the course of a season. I think it's more of how Cincinnati lost to that game.
To remember.
Now this group hoping that they become that next core. Double team in half court to the Skillings jam.
Rebound, push it up, even with traffic.
More off the mark from three, and Jizzle James has the rebound. Good pass up ahead to Skillings, found himself open for the lay-in.
With the Vuga, that's a name. That's you just coined that phrase for a bank-in shot.
From Slovenia. Skillings will try the answer, and he's got it. Skillings lines up the three. Body's tangled up down low. Skillings followed his shot for the second. They go to the offensive glass. A flyby. Not there for Lukosius. Skillings is there for the rebound and the lay-in. Third is a double-double, 15 and 10 with that most recent board. Baseline drive, Skillings. Look at that layup. Wow.